Logan. Learning from Jesus' final 40 days on earth, he was seen by them throughout 40 days, and he was speaking about the kingdom of God. Acts 1, verse 3. After he had suffered, he showed himself alive to them by many convincing proofs. He was seen by them throughout 40 days, and he was speaking about the kingdom of God. How to imitate the examples of Jesus during his final 40 days on earth. It is Nissan 16:33 CE. Jesus' disciples are numb with grief and paralyzed by fear. Two of them leave Jerusalem and head for Emmaus, a village about 11 kilometers, 7 miles from Jerusalem. These men are dejected because Jesus, the man they had been following, had just been put to death. Their hope for what the Messiah would do seems lost, but the men are in for a surprise. A stranger approaches and walks with him. The disciples relate their disappointment about what happened to Jesus. The stranger then began a life changing discussion with them, starting with Moses and all the prophets. He explains why the Messiah had to suffer and die. When the three men arrived at Emmaus, the stranger reveals who he is, the resurrected Jesus. We can only imagine the disciples' joy on learning that the Messiah was alive. Luke 24:13 through 35. I will read some of it, but not all of it. But look, on that very day, two of them were traveling to a village named Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem, and they were conversing with each other about all the things that had happened. Now, as they were conversing and discussing these things, Jesus himself approached and began walking with them, but their eyes were kept from recognizing him. He said to them, "What are these matters that you are debating between yourselves as you walk along?" And they stood still looking sad. In answer to one named Cleopas said to him, "Are you a stranger dwelling alone at Jerusalem and do not know the things that have occurred there during these days?" He asked them, "What things?" They said to him, "The things concerning Jesus of Nazarene, who proved to be a prophet, powerful in deed and word before God and all the people, and how our chief priests and rulers handed him over to the sentence to death, and they nailed him to the stake." There we go, stake, not a cross. "But we were hoping that this man was the one who was going to deliver Israel. Yes, and besides all these things, this is the third day since these things occurred. Moreover, some women from among us also astonished us, for they went early to the tomb, and when they did not find his body, they came saying that they had also seen the supernatural sight of angels who said he was alive. Then some of those who were with us went off to the tomb, and they found it just as the women had said, but they did not see him." Thank you.